Hello users! So first I would like to provide a trigger warning in this video. Most of the time when I make Trump videos, I get a lot of like really far right losers like crying in the comments section about how socialism is evil and how like Trump is the greatest thing in the world. So I just want to provide a quick trigger warning, just in case you're one of those people. Not, can't say I didn't warn you. So Trump privately obsessed with Bernard Sanders' popularity and socialism's appeal. This is a story from the Daily Beast, and I really love this cover photo. I'm definitely going to use that in the thumbnail. It's amazing. But yeah, basically this article, to summarize it for you, is basically Trump keeps fucking talking about Bernard. In public, President Donald Trump has fixated on mocking Senator Bernard Sanders as crazy and has focused on assuring supporters of how badly he'd crush the left-wing senator in a general election and protect them from Sanders' creeping socialism. Ooh. In private, Trump has often expressed different worries about the 2020 candidate. In the past 2 months, the president has repeatedly asked advisors in and out of the White House about how Sanders polls or would likely perform in critical battleground states, specifically Pennsylvania, according to two people who've independently heard him ask about it. At times, Trump has asked about Sanders' prospects even in the absence of a current public or internal poll on the matter. Basically, the guy's fucking horrified. He knows if Bernard is on the ticket, he's gonna fucking lose. And that's the thing, is like, this guy's ego is out of this fucking world, right? His ego is out of this fucking world. So of course he's not gonna like say, hey, I'm really scared of Bernie. Like, how's he polling? Of course he's not gonna say that. He's gonna go like, oh, the crazy guy. What's his numbers? I like him. I like the guy. Like in the ad that I showed in the few videos ago. There's a fucking fly in my room. Holy shit! I just saw. Well, that was weird. But yeah, like in the Bernard advertisement I played in a few videos ago, like he keeps talking about him. And this has been a thing he's been doing over the past, like this article says, the past 2 months or so. He's definitely been talking about Bernard more. And I want to take a quote from later in this article from the lovely and amazing Nina Turner. I've always thought he would be obsessed with the senator. Nina Turner, a senior Sanders advisor and future vice president to his campaign's national co-chair, his campaign's national co-chair, told the Daily Beast about Trump. He knows that he is the true progressive and the right person to go up against his faux populism. That's the thing, is Donald Trump appeals to the masses, and remember Donald Trump in the Republican debates in 2016 and 2015 was rallying against the Iraq war, an all war, and was saying he's going to have Medicare for all. Essentially, he's like, I'm going to give everybody health care. Like, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And people fell for it. And that's all they needed to do, is they need to see one clip of Trump saying, I'm going to give you health care. It's going to be amazing. Believe me. And then they're set. They vote for him because they don't fucking do anything. They're just dumb. And this, of course, it's not necessarily fair to blame the electorate. It's a whole system of brainwashing there. In the information age, in the low attention span age, and I have a problem with this, like sitting down reading a book for 30 minutes is something, honestly, it's hard for me to do. I try to read a lot. I've been trying to read more. I usually do it in 10 to 15 minute bursts when I exercise, that kind of stuff. But a lot of people really are just super busy. They've got a lot going on. There's a lot of shit beaming into their skulls at any given time. So, it's not necessarily a completely fair thing to say that the electorate is at fault. That being said, the electorate is at fault. These people, by these people, I mean the people that vote for Donald Trump, same people that voted for Hillary Clinton in the primary, they really need to, just research. Honestly, that's the thing, is I honestly can't imagine voting for someone and not knowing everything about them. And, when I first got into politics, 2016 was my first election, and I was like, I'm going to vote. And if I'm going to vote, I need to know what these candidates are about. I need to know everything about them. So I look at the first debate and I see, I saw fucking Bernard. I saw Hillary Clinton. I saw whatever the fuck, Martin O'Malley. I saw Lincoln Chafee and the other guy. And I was like, okay, most of these people are kind of creepy, but I really like that Bernie guy. Let me look at everything about him. And I did. And it was impressive. And I looked at a lot of things about Hillary, and I was kind of repulsed. I looked at a few things about Martin O'Malley, and I just laughed a little bit. Honestly, he wasn't that bad in the debates. But I mean, it really is like when I first got into politics, and was studying Bernard Sanders, it did not take that much effort to just it really does boil down to, like, if he's saying poor people deserve to live, I'm poor, I've been poor most of my life, that resonates with me. So I mean, I can understand why Trump voters, like, who maybe are middle class, even though I debate the existence of a middle class, I can get why there are dogs barking. I don't know if that's audible. I can get why they would hear something like "ooh, socialism, ooh," and then like get scared, because like they're now, especially in 2020 by this point, there's so much disinformation out there. Like it really is, it does take a little bit of effort and expertise to kind of sift through a lot of the garbage. Even when you use Google, a lot of the shit on there is garbage. And so, like, it does take kind of like a keen, skeptical mind to kind of sift through that shit. But really, like, man, the electorate really needs to kind of wisen up. And that's one thing I love about Bernard, is that, like, he is going, like, if you subscribe to his channel, which you should, by the way, you see him do these rallies in county after county and state after state. He does events, like 7 or 8 events a day. Like, before he had the heart attack, right? He was doing like 7 or so events every day of the week. He was going hard, and he's talking to people, and he's doing this outreach. And that's what's so important, is because if people aren't going to do the research themselves, and again, they should, but they're not going to in a lot of instances. So you have to meet them where they are. That's something I've learned that's really important about politics in the electoral sense, is you just have to meet people where they are. And that's what Sanders is doing. So, and that goes back to the term populism. Populism is all about being popular. It's about appealing to the things that people want. And people, honestly, at this point in time, they fucking want healthcare. Like, I'm getting fucking sick and tired of having to hear about people die. Like, my mother is not on, around anymore because we just didn't have good, proper healthcare and insurance. And it's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting, right? Like, I have to spend the rest of my life, because my mom didn't have proper health insurance, I have to spend the rest of my life without a parent. That's disgusting. Like, it's not like, it's not like, oh, I lost my job, and I'm going to pick myself up by my bootstraps. I'm going to bring it back. Like, no. It's not like that at all. And, and people are sick and fucking tired of it. 40,000 people a year die because they don't have health insurance. It's ridiculous. And people are sick of it. Bernard is the only person who's actually going after the electorate, telling them, and the thing about his campaign is he's not telling them that he's a great person that's going to save the world like Donald Trump is doing. He's telling them that you matter. And again, the whole fundamental focal point of the Bernie campaign is not me, us. It's we can't have nice things unless we demand them, and that's populism. That's real energy. If you get the entirety of the population to go fuck yes, let's go into the street, let's fucking, bang on the door of the governor's mansion and demand that they do stuff, that's how we get real change. And I cannot wait to see Bernard in debates with Donald Trump. He's gonna fucking, I get tingly just thinking about it. I really do. Hell yeah. That's all I can say is hell yeah. I again, this story though, I really do like the idea of Trump being like secretly scared. Oh, so scary. It's so fucking good.